Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be all about things we can do while we're self-isolating, quarantining, staying at home and all of that fun stuff. So anyone who knows me knows that I'm like a super social person. I like going out, meeting people, going to restaurants, just doing things all the time that consist of being outside of the house. So being inside the house for a consistently long time, especially without knowing the time frame, is actually really difficult for me. It's something I find quite frustrating, and I know that that's a lot of people out there who feel the same way. But the first thing I want to address is that it is important that we stay inside. All the people who are going to park and doing picnics with friends and family, all the people who think they're going to travel up north further away because they can run away from it, no, please stay inside. Think about the people who are literally risking their lives for our sake, working in the hospital day in and day out to try and save the people who already have it. So please stay inside, because the longer we spend time outside of the house, the longer we try to kind of think, oh, you know what, it'll be over, it'll all blow over, the longer it will take for us to come back. And that is not something I'm joking about. That's not something that I'm making up. It's facts, it's reality, and we really need to get this in our head that if we don't start staying inside, we will be risking the lives of the people around us. It might not specifically be the people we know, but it will be people around us who we will see ending up in hospital because of us. So this is a decision that we need to make now. What are we willing to lose, or what are we willing to do for the people around us? You know, we don't need to do anything other than just literally stay at home, and I feel like it could be much more difficult for us, but it is just stay at home. In terms of staying at home, like I said, it can be difficult, and that's why I'm making this video, because I know there's so many things that we can do that ensure that we can have a good time while we're staying at home. So number one, watch Netflix. Like, Netflix has so many series, like it's an endless amount of just like fun and entertainment and all of that stuff. So I don't understand why you would feel like you need to go out, because there have been times when I've thought, oh my god, I've got so many things on my Netflix list that I need to watch, and I finally have the time to do that. So you can do that too. Number two, read books. There's so many books out there to be read. If you're not into reading, then there's Audible books, you know, Kindle, all of that stuff that you can play around with and figure out what works for you, because this is the perfect time to kind of gain knowledge, learn new skills, you know, play around with things we never thought about before, in terms of kind of if you've always been interested in, I don't know, the secrets of the earth or something, I have no clue, that's going in my mind right now, but that's what you've been interested in, watch documentaries on it, read books on it. You know, there's so much stuff you can do with it, so try and explore those possibilities, because honestly, the world is endless, limitless, whatever, something along those lines. You get my gist. Number three, learn how to cook. So now this is something I'm definitely going to be focusing on, because I know how to cook, but I absolutely despise cooking. Like, anyone who knows me knows I absolutely hate the idea of cooking. So I'm going to try and get more into that side of things, where I'm cooking more, learning maybe something, or just playing around with stuff and just kind of putting stuff together and seeing kind of what comes out of it, you know, because what have I got to lose? Not much, really, because I don't have much to lose, because we all have enough food to go around. According to supermarkets, according to everyone, there is enough food for all of us. The only issue is the people who are stockpiling. So can you please stop doing that, because I'm getting a little bit stressed out and I don't like that. So thank you. The next thing you can do is actually like invest in a hobby that you've had for a while. So for me that hobby is literally like writing a blog post, filming stuff and all of that kind of thing. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on. I'm going to be writing more, filming more, doing more, and you know, all of that stuff. But if you like makeup, play around with makeup. If you like Xbox games and you want to get really good at that, do that. If you like getting fit, then you can still exercise at home, and actually this is a wonderful opportunity for you to be putting on online classes, doing all of that stuff and gaining that experience, because BAM, I meant damn, but it came out as BAM anyways. Damn, when we come out of this whole quarantine situation, we go back into the real world, those skills will actually be very useful and would look very good on your CV as to what you did in that time, when you could have done pretty much nothing and watched Netflix series as suggested by option number one. So, you know. there's a lot of other things you can do. For example, you can clear out, so have like a big massive clear out, make sure everything's clean, your house is clean, you've got all, well, get rid of your clothes in the sense that, you know, put them in a bag and put them in the corner. You don't really need to go outside and like give them a charity shop right now, like if that's not necessary. Like if you can, if it's possible, then yeah, but otherwise just leave it for now. But you know, have a clear out, see what's there, see what you need to get rid of, and do those kind of things, because this is a perfect opportunity to do that, to clean everything. And imagine if this is all done by summertime, then you'll have had your massive clear out, you'll be ready for summer. And actually, if you all decide to stay inside and not be annoying and stupid, then we actually would be able to get out by summertime. So just think about that. And what else can you do? Honestly, there are so many other things you can do. You can learn how to bake if you like baking. There's literally a world of possibilities when it comes to baking. You can start your own TikTok channel, which is also something I've done and I will be working on pretty soon. TikTok is so much fun. I spent 18 hours, 18 hours just back to back just watching TikToks and like looking at what I could learn and what I could do. So I feel like that can take up a lot of your time. That's something you can definitely do. Just spend time with your people, like people you live with. If you don't live with anyone and you live alone and you still want to invest time with people, which is what you should be doing as well, just call them. Like FaceTime them, WhatsApp call them, all of that stuff, you know, all that lovely technology we have that we're always kind of like showing off about. Use it, you know, call your friends, call your family, call your uncles and aunties and anyone who you want to speak to, who you think is going to make you feel better and relaxed in a situation like this. Call them. Like, I don't know, you don't need to have a real party all the time. Have a virtual one, house party, you know, just have fun with what you have. We are so lucky that we live in a time where we have so much technology to ensure that we're having the best time. And I know this is a hard time for people, you know, who struggle to stay inside with mental health issues, where the routine is key. You can go outside, you know, you can go for a walk, you can go to the park. Just try and stay away from people. Don't do things in groups. Don't go to crowded places. Avoid that. But other than that, you can go out and get that fresh air that you need. In terms of keeping a routine, I would recommend doing that, although that's something I'm completely ridiculous at. I tried doing that and it just didn't work for me. But whatever kind of works for you, try and figure that out. You have time, play around, experiment with things and see where you can get to with it, because it is not about you know, following what works for me, because what works for me might not work for you, and that is absolutely fine. This is your time to figure out who you are, what works for you, and what you're gonna do, because you know, it's all the time in the world, guys. What else can you do? Oh my god, I feel like there's just so much you could be doing with this time. Like, for example, a lot of people are like, oh well, I don't have a reason to kind of like get dressed up or get ready and all of that stuff. Look at me, look at this face. I have literally made so much effort to stay inside and do pretty much nothing. Yeah, I did that, and I was happy to do that because that's something I enjoy. That's something that makes me happy. So if there is something that makes you happy, do it. You know, if you want to wear makeup around the house, do it. If you want to wear a fancy dress around the house, do it, because it's going to make you happy, and that's what your focus should be. You know, you need to ensure you're finding ways to make yourself happy and keep yourself entertained. This is definitely a hard time. It's not something you can always laugh about, but if you can find those moments, if you can find that, definitely do it, because the quicker we find ways to stay inside and actually just stay inside for a consistent period of time, the bigger and better impact we're going to be able to have on those numbers of people who are suffering from the virus and the number of people who are losing their lives because of it. So think about other people, stay inside and try and figure out what works for you. Do a bit of art, get creative, talk to friends. The opportunities are endless, and this is something we've been asking for ages, to have some time and you know, be able to stay inside without this, without that, and the world has given us that time, so make the most use of it.